Hey YouTube, it's Scandalous Dee with another Real Housewives of Atlanta review, season 6, episode 13. Let's get into it. Starts out with Dwight and Phaedra planning Mr. President's birthday get together or party or whatever. Have the party, and Apollo and Phaedra are at odds. You know, he wants to eat, she wants to dance and everything. And to be quite honest with you, it's sad because that baby is not going to remember. He's not going to remember that party. She really just doing it for herself, not for the baby. But anyway, they have the little get together, and Dwight is there. Haven't seen Dwight in a while, and it's really just over the top. It needs to stop, Phaedra. All that over the top partying needs to stop. So, what else happens? I can't even think of anything else that happened besides the fight. So let's get into it. Nene wants to have this little pillow talk fight, and oh yeah. Candy and Todd have a conversation. She informs Todd that Natalie is not his friend and that Natalie said he was an opportunist. And, he was just like, yeah, not again. And she was just like, yes, again. She's not your friend. Don't, believe in her mess. She tried to call you an opportunist. And he was just like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I can't even anything else say. Let's just get into the ending. Nene wants to have this little get together, so she has everybody come, everybody, especially including Natalie and Chris and Chuck and Monique. She invites everybody, and she has two strippers there, and she has this one stripper, this guy and this that who's wearing the shorts, and he was, oh my god, he was so out of shape, and I have never seen such worse strippers in my life. I haven't. And then we see the girl who has the cellulite on her thighs, and I'm just like, ew, where did they get these strippers? And then Nene, she comes out in this butterfly outfit, looking a hot mess, looking, just trying to do the most as usual. Then Cynthia shows up, and then basically, everybody arrives, Portia arrives next. She brings her sister, and Nene's just going around flexing, telling, oh, don't look at my legs, just trying to do the most. And I'm just like, Nene, you way too over the top, And next thing you know, she tripping out because Kenya is late. She like, where's Kenya? Kenya, I think, was like 3 hours late. And when Kenya finally shows up with her good Judy, her good gay friend, she was like, hey, Nene. She was like, hey, slammed the door in her face. She was like, you look great. She was like, sorry, I'm late. She was like, I know, you don't. I was just like, oh my God, like Nene throwing the ultimate shade. She looked like she was just sipping on something. Like, girl, what you drinking on? You just doing the most. And then, they sit down and have their little talk. They start asking questions. She asked a question about Cordell, or she asked the question, would you mind if your partner was bisexual? And then she just, has that go to Portia. She was just like, well, if you want to answer that, Portia, you just gonna answer that. And then Portia she was like, don't get offended, she was like, I'm not getting offended, I don't want my partner to be bisexual, heterosexual. I want him to be all about Portia. And everybody was just like, all right. Then this drama started when she asked a question about, do you mind if your mate looks at another woman? And then, then all the men, Peter, bring up, well, I go to the strip club. But I don't get lap dances. All I do is just pay for my partners to get lap dances. And, I just be there. And then I was just looking like, that is such crap. That is crap. And then, Candy comes out. She was just like, really, you expect me to believe that? She was like, I was at the strip club with you. She was like, yeah, we were all there together. He was like, and the stripper was in your lap. He was like, she was. She was like, yeah, she was in your lap, and you was getting a lap dance. And everybody was just like, oh, okay. And then Apollo comes out the woodwork. He's just like, yeah, man, I go to the strip club. When I first got out, I went to the strip club. I spent about $5,000, $8,000 on strippers. Yep, I sure did. And everybody was like, $5,000, $8,000. You could have been giving that to your kids. Everybody got up, started going crazy. What, $8,000? Who money is that? She was just like, it ain't her money, it's my money. That's what I want to do. It ain't Phaedra money, it's my money. I'm thinking, it ain't your money either. What are you talking about? Apollo, you look good, but you are dumb. You are so dumb. And then Nene, she was just like, let's just keep it all the way real, all the way real, all the way real. And then she was just like, Kenya, you brought up the fact that Natalie and Chris are not even married, that they're just common law, that they're not really married. And then Kenya was just like, we already had this conversation. And even though I have heard that it is true, I still don't get why Kenya had to bring it up. Misery loves company, and I can't stand Kenya. Anyway, and she was just like, and Christopher was like, he got up and was like, I want to say something to you. I don't know what kind of medication you're on. She was just like, the same medication you're on, honey. And then, Natalie was just like, don't backpedal now. Don't backpedal now. She was like, why is he standing up? She said, no, because he's going to stand for this. My husband's going to stand for this. And he stood up quite a distance. You asked me, quite a distance, not in a defensive way. And then she was like, don't backpedal now. Don't backpedal now. And then that's when Kenya got up. And she just started walking to her Natalie. And then that's when Chris was like, hold on now, what are you doing? And then that's when her good Judy got in, was like, hold on, don't put your hands on her. And Kenya turned up, don't touch me, don't put your hands on me, don't put your hands on me. And then I was just like, oh my God. Then that's when all the drama started. Peter and, what was it, Todd and Apollo trying to break up the fight between Kenya and Kenya and the good Judy and what's his name, Chris, trying to break the fight up between them. And then somehow, I guess, when they was trying to break it up, I guess the good Judy, I don't know his name, Brandon, I guess he ended up hitting Apollo. And Apollo goes crazy and start swinging on him, grabbing him, trying to choke him, going crazy on him. He leaning back on the beanbag, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then goes to commercial, comes back, shows it where it left off with Kenya walking toward Natalie, Christopher grabbing her arm, and then Brandon coming in. They breaking up the fight. Then they show Apollo, swinging on Brandon. I'm just like, oh my God, all of this drama. Oh my God. But I do think that Christopher, he could have stayed in his seat, but he stood up. He wasn't even in Kenya's face or anything like that. I think the reason why he grabbed her arm, I don't think he did it in a defensive way, but was to make sure his wife wasn't about to get into it with Kenya. Because we all know his wife is kind of timid. And you all know Kenya is not. Kenya not timid. And I don't think he wanted his wife to get into it with Kenya. I think that's why he grabbed. I don't think it had anything to do with him trying to, really beat her up or do anything like that. She turned up, and then Apollo, and he said, the guy hit me in my effing eye. He hit me in my effing eye. I didn't see that, but I guess maybe he did. And then Apollo was just like, oh, I ain't having this. And he started getting into it with the guy, and I'm just like, damn, all this drama. And then Nene took Kenya in the back and said, you got out your damn seat. You got out your damn seat. You got out your damn seat. You should have never got out your seat. Chuck punk self over there not doing nothing. And that's basically how it ended. And then Apollo took off all his shirt. Apollo, they trying to get Apollo off of Phaedra, and somebody else trying to get Apollo off of Brandon. He went in the back, took off his shirt, took off his little speaker thing, and then goes back and wants to try to fight Brandon some more. And I was just like, dang, did he really hit you that hard? Or maybe it's just a misunderstanding, whatever it was. He was turned up, and he was looking so good. Oh my God, he took off his shirt, he was swollen. Whew, he was looking so good. But as you know, it ended, and then on the next one, it looked like Mallory and Candy gonna get into, and that's when Candy gonna be like, I drag you in this, I drag you. And I can't wait to see that happen. Cynthia, she another instigating punk. I can't stand her. She's a timid one. And wants to try to throw Candy under the bus by telling Peter what Candy said about him having a past. And, Peter was just like, I want to talk to, what she said about me. And I'm thinking, if anybody's an opportunist, you're an opportunist, Peter. You're very, all you do is you take her money, you don't tell her what you did with her money, and you think it's okay. She love you, she want to be with you, that's fine, but you are an opportunist, point blank in the period. You take her money without telling her what you did with it. So anyway, that was the Housewives. I really hope you rate, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at OsMidnightLove, and that's OS_midnight_LUV. Follow me on Instagram at DrinkMeUp21. As you all know, both of the links will be down at the bottom. All you have to do is click the link for my Twitter, click follow, click the link for my Instagram, and click follow. And I'll see you in my next video. Peace.